Hello, hello, and welcome back to Happiness by Habit. Today, I am thrilled to introduce you a very special guest, Patricia Qaiyyim. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here with you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I am a indie author and I have two books that are currently published. The first book is titled Moms in the Military, and it is about women who choose to serve on active duty in the armed forces while raising a child. Yes. By
Interesting.
mishap.
That's very good.
Yes. I interviewed 20 other military moms for this, and we just talk about things like the decision to serve and raise a child, decision to how do you do it while you're raising a child without that familial support, how you handle separation from your family due to military commitment, some of the good, some of the bad. And then they offer some tips of advice that works for any working mom about how to make it all work, career and motherhood. And then I have a collection of poetry, and it's titled Shrouded in Words. And I wrote that one because I feel like sometimes we walk around and we kind of shroud ourselves in words like, I'm okay, that didn't hurt, I'm fine. That's really not the case. So I thought I would open up and share my thoughts on a lot of different things, and in hopes that it would encourage others to do that. Because I feel like when we're open, especially with our inner circle, but with the people you work with, the people you communicate with, if you're more open, they can really see the real you and you can communicate a little bit better.
Absolutely. And that is a very critical topic. I was just talking to a different author about the same topic because it's very relevant. A lot of people, when asked, how are you doing? We automatically say, wonderful or good. And you?
Absolutely.
And a lot of times it's not true. And we might don't feel good. And it's okay to say, I don't feel good.
Yes. Actually, one of the poems in my book, it talks about that. Like, I have to get up, but all I want to do is lay down. I have to take a shower, but I feel like all of my energy is draining. I feel like if I say anything, I might just burst into tears. But I have to say I'm okay, and I have to put a smile on my face. And so I think if we're more open, then the people around you can see that and maybe offer you some help or comfort, just be in a better place to deal with you and where you are at that moment.
Yes, and I think that has a lot to do with the reaction a lot of people has. Like if somebody wants to be authentic and say, well, actually, I don't feel good. Why? What happened? Like if something was wrong, it's
We
not
don't even
like
know
if
how
it
to
wasn't
respond.
okay, not to be okay.
Yeah.
But we need to change that because
It's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to
Yes.
have a bad week. It's okay to not feel like yourself. And I want us to know that. I hope that people walk away knowing that there are things in your life that are going to take you down paths and roads that aren't a good journey. And it's okay to have those journeys, and it's okay to talk about those journeys.
Let's talk about that. Like, what is the right answer to I don't feel good? Because what we get a lot, and I know I spoke with a lot people about this, and really, when somebody feels down, like you don't feel good, a lot of times the only thing that we need is just an ear to talk.
Exactly.
No judgment,
No judgment.
no advice.
No advice. Don't tell me
Just
what to
not
do.
lecture.
Yes.
Not good time for a lecture.
If
Just
someone says, I am not okay, I think it's okay to say, I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything I can do to make your day a better day? And sometimes the answer is going to be no, thank you for offering.
yeah.
And sometimes the answer might be, you know what, I had a really rough day. I didn't have enough gas money or something happened. And, it might be something that you can help. But like you said, they might just need a ear.
Yes, or something specific. Like, do you need 10 minutes to go grab a coffee or lie down? Yeah, okay. What can I
People
do
walk around
specifically?
outside.
Take care of the kids for a moment or what? It's okay. I mean, and then also on the other hand, it's a good piece of advice for everybody listening. When we feel not okay, it's okay to say no, I'm not okay, and it's okay to ask for help.
Yes.
And this is more difficult, I guess, for women than for men.
Absolutely.
Well, actually, I don't know. Women, we try to be like the superhero. We try to do it all.
We're the primary caregiver in most situations in our country. And I think we feel like if we have to ask for help, we're doing something wrong.
Exactly.
When that's not the case. I will tell you, I learned that pretty late in life. But also being a veteran and serving in the armed forces, I had to rely on a village. I had to be able to create my village. My mom wasn't there. My sisters wasn't there. So if we're in another country, I had to find someone to be able to help me, because not only am I raising a child and serving my country, I'm trying to adjust to a culture that is foreign to me. I'm trying to learn a language that is foreign to me. And so you just have to be able to no, not everybody's going to be in your village, though. You're going to have to be able to find those people that you can depend on, that you can reciprocate, and that you guys can help one another. And I think as women, that is what we need. Even if it's as simple as, hey, I can't drop my kids off at school today. Can you do that for me? Yes, I can do that.
Something specific and that can be done.
Yes, be very
Because also, on the other hand, the other person that wants to help, given specific instructions, we increase our chances for that to happen.
exactly.
But they cannot read our mind.
Yes.
So
yeah, absolutely.
tell me about your family. Like you wrote this inspired by your experience.
I did. My
many
first book.
kids?
I have 3 children,
Oh.
and so I raised them all away from my family. It was me, my husband, and our 3 children. And it was at times a challenging journey. And I wanted people, other moms, working moms, stay-at-home moms, to know that no matter what you do, you're going to have those struggles, and it's okay. But it's also okay to develop a village where you are, so you don't have to do it by yourself. Because, like you said, we don't want to ask for help. We're not conditioned to ask for help. And so it was trying at times. I remember having to leave my children in a foreign country by themselves over a week. My husband and I both had to go away to do military commitment. My oldest was just 16. It wasn't enough time for me to get a ticket and fly them somewhere or pay to have someone come. So I had to depend on my neighbors in my community to say, hey, can you look in on my kids every day? Hey, can you make sure they get to school?
Oh my, that's
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah, it's a challenge that people don't think about when you're in the armed forces and you're so far away from your family.
Absolutely. How old are your kids now?
Right now, they are 30, 31, and 36.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, the adult kids.
Oh, I do.
You had them when you were 15?
Oh.
Or what?
I'm coming up on my 60th birthday.
No way. Oh my
60
gosh.
in a couple of
Well,
months.
the books tell us your beauty secrets.
Clean exercise, clean food, and just clean makeup, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that will, and get your rest. Sleep is so important to us.
That is absolutely underrated, but it's so important. Just sleep your hours.
Oh my gosh, yes. Because while we're sleeping, that's when our body is doing its most to rejuvenate itself. So,
Yeah. And also, when we're not sleeping, we're not good for anything. Like, I mean, people, yeah, we are.
exactly. We're tired, so we're gonna hurt ourselves or hurt someone else. Or
Yes.
we're not gonna have the patience.
Or,
we
yeah.
need.
So
Cranky.
for you and for everybody around you, the sleeping hours are
It's
very important.
Yeah.
Tell me about your experience living overseas.
Oh my gosh, I will say it was the best of all of my assignments. I've been stationed from the East Coast to the West Coast, and really my favorite assignment was Zaragoza, Spain. It's a small town in Spain, no longer a base there, but I do dream of going back just to see. My oldest daughter was born there, and
Really?
and I would like to show her where she was born and where we lived
Oh, yeah.
while we were there. So that was a favorite for me, but also living in Japan was nice because that was an experience for my children to live out of the country and to be able to do things that weren't common to their family members. So I think overseas is a great experience, not just for the military member, but for the family members. Because you're introduced to a whole new culture. You get to see and do things that, you might not otherwise have done.
I 100%
But
agree
my
with that.
favorite assignment was definitely in Spain. And maybe because I was so young and on my own, and I had to learn to grow up. I had to get some discipline. I had to do a lot of things on my own for the first time. So, but it was a good experience.
Okay, very good. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Oh, I
Thank you
really
for
enjoyed.
listening to
By the
me.
way, your earrings, they are
Thank
so
you.
appropriate for the event.
Yes. I try to always wear something that's really nice for, I
Oh,
love we're selling for when I'm out trying to
Absolutely.
push my books.
yes. Okay, amazing. Thank you so much for
Thank you. And thank you for allowing
your
me to come
story.
and share my story.
I
And
love your story.
Yes.
It was very nice.
thank you, because my whole mission and my goal with writing is to educate, motivate, and inspire. And so I'm always glad to share those tips and help.
Before you go, what is coming up? Are you working on
I am
anything
working on a
exciting?
couple of projects. So
Okay.
my manuscript that's close to publication is actually kind of a companion piece to my first book. It's about children raised by women who served in the armed forces. So it's an inside look at children as young as 8 up to 36, and they talk about what it's like to have a mom.
I
in the
love that.
military.
Kids age 8 to 36. Some,
So that's
some
coming up.
people under 36 are still.
They still, yes. So that's coming up, and I'm starting a new manuscript, and it is about people who migrate to the U.S. And I want to be able to tell their story. I think if we as citizens can walk in their shoes, kind of realize that sometimes when they come here, they have no money, or they don't speak the language, or they don't have a job lined up, or they're leaving their family members at home. And I think we really need to appreciate what they do to come here, and how I think we need to be empathetic and compassion with people who decide to migrate to our country. I want to share that with people, and I want to encourage people to hear their story, see what they have to say.
Yeah.
I think you'll be amazed at what they do to
Absolutely.
get here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much,
Thank you
Patricia,
for
your
having me.
and you know where to get the books now.
Yes, they're available on Amazon. You can also visit my website, patriciaqaiyyim.com.
Okay, how do you spell your last name?
Qaiyyim.
All right,
Yes.
you got that right.
Hopefully.
Yes. Oh well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.